The Sock Who Lost Its Match. The Sock Who Lost Its Match. Barnaby was a small sock with bright blue and yellow stripes. He was soft, stretchy, and very happy. But today, Barnaby was sitting all by himself on the cold bedroom floor. He looked very tiny and a little bit sad in the middle of the big room. Barnaby hadn't always been alone. He and his twin brother Felix were a perfect pair. They lived in a cozy wooden drawer and did everything together. They kept toes warm and played hide and seek under the covers. They were the best of friends and never spent a moment apart. Then came the great laundry spin. Barnaby and Felix were tossed into a giant, swirling machine full of bubbles and splashing water. They tumbled and turned, round and round. It was like a wild carnival ride. Barnaby held on tight, feeling the warm suds rushing past him. But when the dryer door finally clicked open, Barnaby was all by himself. He tumbled out onto the laundry room floor, waiting for Felix to follow. He waited and waited, but the machine was empty. Felix was gone. Barnaby felt very small and very incomplete. A young boy named Arlo came into the room to gather the laundry. He picked up Barnaby and looked around the floor. Arlo checked behind the detergent and looked under the heavy wooden bench. "Where is your friend?" Arlo whispered. Barnaby sighed a soft, cottony sigh. Arlo put Barnaby back in the drawer. The other socks began to whisper. A thick, gray wool sock named Magnus leaned over. "You're a single now," Magnus grumbled. "Socks come in twos. Without Felix, you're just a scrap of cloth. You'll never go out again." The next morning, the sun climbed high. Arlo opened the drawer, looking for something to wear. He reached past the matching whites and the fancy patterns. He picked up Barnaby and gave him a gentle squeeze. Barnaby's heart, if a sock has a heart, began to thump. Arlo couldn't find Felix, but he didn't mind. He reached back into the drawer and grabbed a bright red sock with white polka dots named Pips. Arlo pulled Barnaby onto his left foot and Pips onto his right. Barnaby looked at Pips, and Pips gave him a cheerful wink. At school, Barnaby was nervous. Would the other socks laugh? During circle time, he met a bright yellow sock named Aria on the foot of another child. "I love your stripes," Aria whispered. Barnaby realized that being different didn't mean he was broken. It meant he stood out. By recess, everyone noticed Arlo's feet. His friend Zari looked at her own matching blue socks and then back at Barnaby and Pips. "That looks like fun," Zari said. She took off one shoe and swapped a sock with another friend. Soon, the whole playground was a rainbow of mismatched pairs. That night, Barnaby and Pips were tucked back into the drawer together. They weren't a perfect match, but they were a perfect team. Magnus the wool sock didn't grumble anymore. He just watched as Barnaby told stories of the playground and the many friends he had made. Barnaby realized he wasn't a lost sock anymore. He was an original. He looked out at the setting sun from the bedroom window and felt proud. He missed Felix, but he knew that wherever Felix was, he was probably starting a brand new trend of his own.